Coffee, coffee, coffee. It's coffee time. The biggest thing I noticed looking at the lead actress' performances this year compared to the lead actor ones is that there's more range to these performances, more range of genres or approaches or personalities. It's hard to compare these women because they're operating in such different atmospheres, but that variety is what makes this category interesting. It reminds me of the differences in fashion by gender, like when women wear all these incredibly different displays of themselves and men just basically wear a variation of a suit. It could be a different colored suit, but it's still just a suit. Women can also wear a suit as well as other things, so like, damn, they got men on the Venn diagram principle. Their circle eats man's circle. They just have a bigger circle. And of course, bigger circles are more fun because there's more room to play. This is probably true of most forms of expression. Men tend to limit themselves more than women in acting or writing or life in general, and so their performances reflect that as well. This year's got an exciting list of actresses in a leading role, so here are the nominees. Angelina Jolie, Maria. I was racking my brain to think of any good movies that Angelina Jolie has ever been in, to which I've come up with the answer of none. It's funny because I never felt that way until I saw her performance in this movie here. She's got wicked charisma, and it never felt like she didn't have the aptitude for greatness. It's just not a road she decided to go down. Jolie was transcendent here, giving a vulnerable, exciting take on a character that allows her to be larger than life. It was a valuable and important performance. Cynthia Erivo, Wicked. Erivo gave a fantastic reimagining of the character Elphaba, taking what was originally an allegory for the Jewish experience and flipping it into her perspective as a black woman. Her vocal prowess was downright amazing, and she carried the film into the juggernaut that it is. There would be no Wicked without her. It certainly wasn't the directing or anything that kept this movie afloat. Demi Moore, The Substance. I mean, everybody loves this, right? We can all agree? Demi Moore was so many things here, from comedically brilliant to emotionally raw to insanely crazy. She wipes through these things with ease, and her determination to give a great performance bubbled to the surface. Her energy was contagious too. You could tell she was enjoying herself, so it made you enjoy her performance all the more. Connie Khosrouti, All We Imagine Is Light. Khosrouti was very good at speaking with her eyes. She was mundane and came across as insightful and super intelligent. Every move she made felt complicated and well thought out. It's like she was in a crisis because she couldn't think her way out of these emotional issues. Her chemistry with the rest of the cast was amazing, especially the way she handled reactions to what other people were saying. They say that acting is reacting. Well, if it is, then I say Khosrouti should reenact the React Act. Lily Rose Depp, Nosferatu. To quote a friend on Letterboxd, Orson Welp, I apologize, Lily Rose Depp. I was not familiar with your game. What she did that excited me the most here was she put herself out there and experimented with the role. She made some decisions that if handled incorrectly could have come across as downright terrible, but because of her level of commitment, she pushed through to see the light at the end of the tunnel. Her physical body acting was exciting, like some of the convulsions she's doing I've never seen before. I really hope she follows this up well. Mikey Madison, Honora. Mikey Madison's got so much energy here, she's such a unique force. I hope to see more of her in the future. Because this film is so different at certain parts, she has a lot to balance on her head. She has to be the through line through everything while being charismatic, and that takes a lot of skill to do so. Her comedic timing is great, but her vulnerability speaks for itself. Certain scenes, especially near the end, will stick with me for a while, and that has everything to do with the way Madison handled this character. Nicole Kidman, Baby Girl. This is a very underrated performance to me, one that I think should be receiving a lot more love, and I think it has to do with us becoming numb to Nicole Kidman's ability as an actress. She was electrically charged, a savant of knowing when to keep it cool and when to ramp it up. I just think she's such a unique voice as well, her speech cadence, her awkward sexiness. I literally have no concept of what's going on in her head. It makes her so magnetic. Shahana Goswami, Santosh. Santosh is a film I think deserves a little more love. A film that relies so heavily on Goswami's performance and her ability to play the straight woman in all the chaos happening around her. Her slow transition from victim to victimizer was perfectly documented. It seems like Goswami was in control of every decision she made in the final product. Zendaya, Challengers. I'm tired of this movie getting overlooked. It makes no sense to me. People keep calling this a weak movie year, but no, it's just weak movies thrown in the awards discussion. This performance changed everything I thought about what Zendaya's ceiling is. She brought attitude and determination to a juicy role and leaned into what the movie was trying to offer. Sometimes I felt like the movie saw what she was doing and started to bend to her. It was a performance that might end up being discussed more than every Best Actress nomination this year. But I don't care. I don't care. I found it difficult to write about acting any more than I have. It's my 4th go-around doing this, and I have started to run out of adjectives. I hope it was alright, though. There's a lot of performances here that deserve thoughtful acknowledgement. Every one of them does, really, otherwise I wouldn't be nominating them. Actually, every performance ever does, but who has time for that? I mean, I guess I just have to stick to the good ones. And while there were many, from that there can only be one. Who can be the one? Well, let's open ourselves up and find out. Zendaya, Challengers. Oh, well, will you look at that? In Electric Winner, Zendaya deserves a win just for her reaction faces alone. I think she cracked something close to iconic here. Her performance was so much larger than life, and yet it captured so much of the human experience. It's like something Luca Guadagnino told Denis Villeneuve on Directors. Zendaya is comfortable making decisions that could be perceived as unlikable, but she straddles that line to the point where it becomes irresistible. Special shout out to Demi Moore, an extremely talented actress and one that I'm so glad is getting her flowers this award season. She's such an exciting person to give the Silver Turtle. But that's going to do it for me. I just want to know what your thoughts are on extension cords, the power of an extension cord. What kind of extension cords do you use? Because actually they're a fundamental basis of our society is extension cords and I don't know, the power strips where you put in all those plugs at the same time. Have you ever plugged a power strip into a power strip? You've thought about it, I'm sure. But have you actually done the deed? Have you gone that extra mile? Have you worked that 110% that the other people are not willing to go to? Have you reached that dark realm of plugging a power strip into a power strip? If you have, take the plug out because that's a fire hazard. But I've thought about it all the time because I run out of space. Especially when I was living in Korea, there were like no power cables at all. And so I was like, shit, you gotta get one of those like 9, like the big box looking things. I went over to a friend's house recently and he had some great boxy power strips where it was like not even a strip anymore. It was like this crazy extracurricular thing. You could plug like everything into that. And I was like so jealous. I was like, how do I not know about this? Like, this is a serious investment that I should really be looking into, is this power strip. And so I hope that you think about power strips today, and I hope that you think about what they do for society. And back to extension cords. How long of an extension cord should you have? Because sometimes I see like the outdoorsy ones, like the orange ones, that are like long, and I'm like, maybe I should just get one of those for inside one day, because I just want the freedom to know that I never have to worry about the length of a power cord ever again. And there's some freedom in that. If it wasn't such an ugly orange color, maybe that's considerable. Maybe these companies should think about just making that a black cord and then trying to sell it as some really long thing. But they wouldn't do that because they can get more money selling you less long cords. They turn that cord black, sell the same cord, and like triple the price. But whatever. That we're talking too long about extension cords. The point is that I hope you plug in, you plug out every once in a while. You know. Yeah.